Hi, I'm Katie. I'm an occupational therapist at Big Blue Canopy. I'm back again today to go over some sensory play activities with you guys. We're all looking right now, I know, for more activities to help keep our kids busy, to help provide sensory input to their system so that they don't become dysregulated, and just to find novel things to do now that we're at the shelter in place and we're at home a lot more, not being able to get out and participate in all the activities that we are typically used to participating in. So I just wanted to go through a couple different fine motor sensory play activities you guys can do to help provide input to your kids and maybe provide some novel tasks for you guys to be doing at home to give you something new and different. The first one is Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies are a great way to work on a lot of different skills depending on the age of your child. But to make them, you would need the Rice Krispie cereal, butter, marshmallows, mixing bowl, and then some sort of like parchment paper or cookie sheet, casserole dish, something to put the completed cookies on. You're going to make the Rice Krispies just like you would based on the box. And then instead of pushing them down and putting them into like a casserole dish or a cookie sheet, you want to let them cool down a little bit so they're cool enough for our kids to handle. And then you can have them roll them into balls. You can have them shape them into different shapes. You can have them kind of make different things out of them to get more of that tactile input from handling and making the cookies into different shapes versus just kind of putting it into the pan. Breaking the Rice Krispies is also great because you can work on, depending on the age, following directions, reading the instructions. It helps to work on measuring. So how much cereal do we need? How much butter? So you can work on some of those measuring skills and fraction skills with our kids that are a little bit older. This activity benefits the tactile, visual, olfactory, and gustatory systems. The next activity is edible igloos. So you need apples, marshmallow fluff, and miniature marshmallows. And basically what you're going to do is core the apple and then cut the apple in half. You're going to lay the apple down with the cut side down on a plate. And then either you or the child, depending on the age and their skill, are going to coat the skin of the apple in marshmallow fluff. And then you're going to use the miniature marshmallows to cover the marshmallow fluff to make it look like an igloo. So this is a great two-handed activity for the kids to hold the apple and use like a butter knife to cover that with marshmallow fluff. It also benefits the tactile, visual, olfactory, and gustatory systems. And it's a nice little edible treat for our kids that they can kind of make on their own and decorate. The next one would be whipped cream play. So all you need is Cool Whip and then food coloring. And you can divide the Cool Whip into multiple bowls. You can make one color, you can make as many colors as you'd like. You can have the kids use their fingers to finger paint with it. You can use utensils to paint with, so you can use paint brushes, spoons, forks, Q-tips, any kind of medium that you guys have at the house to dip into it and then paint with if the kids won't touch it with their hands. You can slowly encourage the kids to either poke at it or touch it if they're a little more tactile defensive. If they don't like to do messy wet play, you can let them start out with like a paintbrush and then model and maybe encourage them to maybe dip their fingers in it, do handprints with it, draw shapes, different things that you can do with it to get them more input. This activity benefits the tactile, visual, olfactory, and gustatory systems. The next thing that I have is called JELLO dig. So basically you're gonna follow the directions on the box to make JELLO jigglers, but before it hardens all the way, as it's starting to become solid, you wanna hide stuff in the jigglers. So you can use gummy bears, gummy worms, jelly beans, anything that you can kind of like hide in there before it hardens. And then if the kids, again, are more tactilely defensive, you can let them use a spoon to like dig through the jello. If they're more seeking and they like that tactile input, you can have them dig in it with their hands and dig it out. You can do it into shapes like the picture that have like the egg shapes and have stuff that you put in the eggs with the jello, or you can just do it in a pan and hide stuff in there and then have them dig through the pan. This activity benefits the tactile, visual, olfactory, and gustatory systems. The next one is icing crackers. So basically you just need graham crackers, icing, and then licorice, M&Ms, other candies, or anything that you want to decorate the graham crackers with. Again, this is a great skill teacher for our kids for bilateral skills to hold the graham cracker and to ice it. It's teaching them some basic knife skills to be able to ice the cracker. And it's just a great little fun snack they, again, can kind of make for themselves. But you can hit the different sensory systems. This one benefits the tactile, visual, olfactory, and gustatory systems. Squeeze bottle paints. You can use anything for your squeeze bottles. You can buy squeeze bottles at the store. The craft store carries them for like meltables and those types of things. So it's usually in like the baking area, or you can get them at Walmart, Amazon. You can also just use old ketchup barbecue bottles, dressing bottles, anything that has like a squeeze top lid, you can use that. And for this recipe, it calls for equal parts of flour and salt, and then you add paint to that to make it into a paste. And then you just pour that into the squeeze bottle, and then you can use the squeeze bottle to squeeze it out and draw and paint on paper. This activity benefits the tactile, visual, and olfactory systems. The next one is painting noodles. So you're gonna want to cover your table with a tablecloth or a towel or something that you don't mind getting paint on. And then you're going to take ziti noodles and have them hold the ziti noodles with one hand, and then you can have them paint with the other hand. So you can use food coloring or paint, and then you can slide those noodles onto a string to make a necklace, or you can glue them onto paper to make a design or a picture. This activity benefits the tactile, visual, auditory, and olfactory systems. There's also different things you can paint with, and we mentioned this a little bit earlier. So if you don't have a paintbrush, or your kids won't tolerate messy play or that sticky, tactile, wet play, you can use the edge of a cardboard, cut a piece of a cardboard off a box, have them use the cardboard to paint with. You can use an old comb, cotton balls, Q-tips, forks, pine cones, old shoe polish bottles. You can get some leaves from outside, grass, pine cones, or feathers, anything like that. And these all will still have those sensory benefits to hit the tactile, visual, auditory, and olfactory systems. You can also paint on different things. So you can use not just construction paper, but coffee filters, paper towels, cardboard, paper plates. There's so many things that you probably have at home that you can let kids paint on, and then it'll either wash off or you can throw it away. But there's, just kind of use your imagination and see what you have sitting around the house that you can use to either paint on or paint with. I hope that these activities are helpful for you guys. I hope they give you something new to try at home with your kids to help keep them engaged and giving them novel activities to do and ways to provide input to their sensory systems. If you have any questions for us or you want to see any specific topics, please reach out to us on our Facebook page or our website. I hope you guys are all staying healthy and staying safe, and we hope to see you guys back in the clinic soon. Thanks and have a great day.